Hi friends, welcome back to Parnika tutorials. In this video, I want to discuss about hyperlinks in HTML, like what is a link, what is meant by hyperlink in HTML, what is the tag you need to use to provide the hyperlink, how can you provide the URL, and what are the different types of URL is there, like absolute URL, relative URL. All these concepts I will discuss in detail for you. So I sincerely request everyone to watch the complete video for better understanding. First, let me discuss what is a link. It is a connection from one web page to another. So a link provides the connection from one web page to another web page. Suppose let's take that you are in the home page. Now you want to go for about us page. So you need to provide the connection between this home page to the about us page. So that one will be provided with the help of a link. Now let me discuss about hyperlinks in HTML. In HTML, links are called as hyperlinks. These hyperlinks are useful for you to provide the connection from one web page to another web page. So you can click on a link to move to the another web page or another web source. Suppose you are in one particular page, you want to move to another web page or another web resource. The resource can be a text document, or it can be a PDF, or it can be an image. Any web resource if you want to go, that can be done with the help of the hyperlinks in HTML. When you move the mouse over a link, the mouse arrow will turn into a little hand. So like this you can identify that is a link. In HTML, whenever you move the mouse over a link, the mouse arrow will turn into a small hand. In HTML, everything can be done with the help of the tags, because HTML is what? It is a markup language. So a markup language will have a collection of tags. Similarly, if you want to use the hyperlink, then you need to use the tag called a tag. So the a tag defines the hyperlink in HTML. Now let me discuss the syntax. The syntax having the open tag of a, and it will have the attribute called href. In that attribute you will provide the URL, meaning is that the link to the web page or web resource. Or I can say the full form of URL is uniform resource locator. Let me write it here so that it will be clear for you. The full form of URL is uniform resource locator. This attribute is compulsory. However, there will be another attribute called target, which is an optional one. If you does not provide the target, then it by default value will be underscore self. If you want to provide another value, then you can provide the underscore blank by providing the target attribute. So the target attribute will have two values. One is underscore self and another one is underscore blank. Now you need to close the open tag of a, and then you need to provide the link text, whatever the text you want to visible for the user, that text you need to provide here, and then you need to provide the close tag of a. So the href attribute indicates the destination link. So whatever the page you want to go from this particular page, that information or that link you need to provide here. The links or the URL are of two types. One is absolute URL and another one is relative URL. That also I will discuss for you. So whatever the web page you want to go, that link should be provided inside this attribute called href, and then whatever the link text you have provided here is the part that will be visible to the user. So suppose if you write some information like click here, that information will be visible to the user. Once the user click on the click here text, then it will go to the targeted page or web resource. As I said earlier, the target attribute specifies where to open the link document. The target attribute can have any of the following values, which can be underscore self, underscore blank, underscore parent, underscore top. However, underscore parent and underscore top have been deprecated from HTML5, meaning is that you are not currently using this underscore parent and underscore top. So people are using the underscore self and underscore blank in HTML5. Now let me discuss about this underscore self value. It is a default value. If you does not provide the target attribute, then by default it will be underscore self. If you want to provide the values, then you can use the underscore blank with the help of the target attribute. So the default value, which is underscore self, informs that opens the document in the same tab as it was clicked, whereas the underscore blank opens the document in a new tab. Whereas the underscore parent and underscore top have been deprecated in HTML. So people are not using these underscore parent and underscore top. In future versions of the HTML, they may be completely removed. So people are using only underscore self and underscore blank in the target attribute. Now let me discuss this concept with an example for better understanding. Now let me go to the desktop HTML programs and I will right click on it, new, and then click on the text document. Here I will write second.html, or I can write hyperlinks.html. The name of the document can be anything, but the extension should be .html or htm. Let me click on yes, and then let me right click on it. Either I can open with the notepad or notepad++. Let me open with the notepad++, and then I will write the program here. So I need to write doc type HTML, and then you need to have the HTML open tag and HTML close tag. Inside the HTML open tag and close tag, you need to have the head tag open and close. Inside the head tag, you need to provide the another tag called title, which provides the title of the web page. Let me write hyperlinks example, and let me close the title tag. And let me open the body tag and close the body tag. Inside the body tag, whatever the information I want to display on the web page, that information I will provide inside the body tag. Let me open the h1 tag, which is one of the heading tag, and then here I will write a open tag, and then I will write href attribute, and then I will write first.html, which is one of the HTML document is there in my program. I will not provide the target value first for your understanding, and let me close the open tag of a, and then here let me write click here to open first.html, and then let me close the a tag. So everything is done. Let me save this program and close this, and now let me run this second.html. Now you can see we are getting a text consist of click here to open first.html. Now if you observe, whenever I am moving the cursor outside this text, it is like looks like a cursor, but whenever I am moving the mouse over this link, you can see we can see a little hand. That is what the point I have discussed earlier. If I click on this text, then you can see it goes to the first.html. You can even observe in the URL first.html, and that information whatever you have written in the first.html, that information has been displayed. Welcome to Parnika Tutorials YouTube channel. And if you have observed, whenever you have clicked on click here to open first.html, then in the same tab, this welcome to Parnika Tutorials YouTube channel information have been displayed. So if you does not use the target attribute, by the default that value will be underscore self. If you use the default value, it opens the document in the same tab as it was clicked. In the same tab I have clicked right, in the same tab it has opened the first.html program. You got the output as welcome to Parnika Tutorials YouTube channel. If you want to use use the underscore blank value, then you need to use the target attribute. Let me do those modifications for your understanding. Let me right click on this one, Notepad++, and here I will write target is equal to, in the double quotes I will write underscore blank. So this is the value I will use. If I use the underscore blank value, then it opens the document in a new tab, whereas the default value underscore self opens the document in the same tab it was clicked. Let me save this program and let me run the program. So second.html, if I run, you can see click here to open first.html. If I click on this one, then the first.html information has been displayed in the new tab. That is the advantage of using the underscore blank value in target attribute. If we try to use the underscore parent and underscore top values in the target attribute, what will happen we will observe. Let me open with Notepad++, and then instead of underscore blank I will use underscore parent. Let me save it and let me close it and let me run the second.html. If I click on this one, you can see in the same tab it has been opened. So that's why I'm saying that it has been deprecated in HTML5. Let me open this one, and instead of target value is equal to underscore parent, I will write target attribute as underscore top. Let me observe what will happen. Let me run it and let me click on this one. In the same page it has been opened, or in the same tab. So underscore parent opens the document in the parent frame, underscore top opens the document in the full body of the window. However, this underscore parent and underscore top have been deprecated in HTML5. In future they may be removed also. By default, links will appear as follows in all browsers. An unvisited link is underlined and blue in color. A visited link is underlined and looks in purple. An active link is underlined and red in color. So you can ask me, sir, what is meant by unvisited link and a visited link? First time if you are opening any document and if it have any link, that link if you still not clicked, that link I can say it is an unvisited link. If you have already clicked once, then I can say it is a visited link. Any link which is not available currently, meaning is that the link is there but that information or whatever the web page is there that is not there, then I can say it is an inactive link. But if it is an active link, then I can say it is an active link, means the information or the web page or the web resource is already available and that link you are providing, then I can say it is an active link. So an unvisited link is underlined and blue in color. A visited link is underlined and looks in purple color. An active link is underlined and looks in red in color. If you want to practically verify these things, let me open the program which is second.html in Notepad++, and let me write here underscore blank and simply let me write click here as a text. Let me save this one and let me close it. Let me run the second.html. Now you can see this is an unvisited link that will looks in blue in color. If I click this one, then it is opening a welcome to Parnika tutorials YouTube channel. Now if I refresh it, you can see now it is an visited link. Now let me discuss in detail about the URL. The URLs are of two types. One is absolute URL and relative URL. Absolute URL provides a full web page address or whatever the another web page you want to open, that information you need to provide in the absolute URL. However, if you want to link to a page within the same website, that link you can say it as a relative link. Suppose if you are opening another website itself, that website entire URL you need to write there, so that URL we can say it as an absolute URL. However, the relative URL is an URL where you are providing the link of another web page in the same website. In a website, multiple pages will be there, right? From one web page to if you want to go another web page, that URL we will say it is a relative relative URL. From a web page, you want to go to another website. That entire website URL you need to provide. So that URL you can say it as an absolute URL. Now let me discuss practically about absolute URL and relative URL so that you will understand the difference between these two. Let me right click on second.html and I will open with Notepad++, and here whatever the URL you have provided, it is the web page of the same website, or I can say it is simply you have written first.html. You have not provided the complete details here, like in C drive, AR, in the desktop, like that the entire URL you have not provided, right? So that's why this URL we can say it is a relative URL. However, if I want to open Parnika Tutorials YouTube channel website, that entire link I need to provide, like https parnikatutorials.in. Now you can observe I have provided the entire information or the entire URL. This kind of URL we can say it as an absolute URL. Now let me save this one and let me execute it. Now if I click here, then you can see you are going to Parnika Tutorials YouTube channel website. This website I have designed. Okay, you can see home is there, about, courses, virtual coffee, jobs, GATE 2021, contact us. Now each one is a web page, right? From one web page to, if I want to go to another web page, then I can use the relative URL. If I want to go to another website, then I need to use the absolute URL. So absolute URL is the complete URL, whereas a relative URL I can say it as a short URL. So with this video, I hope you have understood what is an hyperlink, what is the syntax for using the hyperlinks in HTML, what is the href attribute, target attribute, absolute URL, relative URL. If you still have any doubts related to this concept, feel free to ask me in the comment section. I will try to clear your doubts as early as possible. Thank you for watching the complete video. Have a nice day.